Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Ari Herbal, and I'm here to talk to you about auras, clairsentience, and empathy. Um, I know I said I was going to do more herbal stuff. There will be some herb stuff in this video. The thing is, I don't know, like whenever I feel like I want to talk about something, I'm going to put it on here. So, um, I do aura readings. I'm clairsentient, empathic, normal stuff. I mean, not everyone has this ability, but I'm definitely someone who does. So, figured I'd talk to you about my personal experience with these things, what they are, and herbs to inspire psychic abilities. Um, Now, they're not 100%, but they are definitely very helpful. Anyway, let's start off with auras. So, the way I see auras is much different than the way other people see auras. I see um, auras in reference to chakras, and it's not necessarily I see it at that specific chakra and see, oh, this is off or that's off. Um, the way I see chakras is when you come to me and you want an aura reading, is what I do sometimes. You send me a picture, I look at you, and it's weird because it's there but it's not there. It's like this film of not there. Anyway, so around a person there are colors, and I relate those colors to different chakras, which tells me what each person has to do right now in their life, where they are, what they have to learn in this part of their life to get where they need to go next. And it usually is pretty accurate most of the time. I've had people find out that they got a job, or like right afterwards when it said they needed a job change or something like that. And the way that they show up together inspires me to understand what it actually is. It's sometimes is more specific, sometimes it's not that specific, but it'll it'll be like you have like yellow and red and I don't know, green. Yellow, red, and green come up sometimes, and green is your heart chakra, red is your root chakra, which is environmental changes and things that are of this world and material. And yellow is where your ego lives. So it's like telling yourself to love yourself and know who you are outside of what your ego tells you. And then, you know, you might have to do an environmental change in order to learn how to love yourself because someone around you is taking from you. Like different things come together and they mean something. So when I see auras, that's what I see. Other people don't see auras the same way I do. So, for me, I'm telling you what I see when I look at auras. And you could probably stare at a person for a long time and see something. And I think that people have different, okay, so you have your auras, right? And then you can look at someone and you can see that they're definitely a certain color. Like I could look at someone and be like, yeah, you're definitely a blue person. That's your color. But it's not the same. It's a different thing altogether. Um, so that's how I see auras. But essentially, I go based off your chakras, your root chakra, your Muladhara chakra, your Svatisthana chakra, your Manipura chakra. I'm just going up. Your Anahata chakra, your Visuddha chakra, your Ajna chakra, and your crown chakra, which is Sahasrara. I never say that one right. Sahasrara chakra. um, so I just go based off chakras. I'm a yoga instructor, so I know how to spell it. It's weird that I can't say it, but I just go based off of those things. And I understand what they mean because, I was a yoga instructor. I had to understand the chakras. So in my training, that's what I had to learn about. So that's pretty great. So from there, we're going to start talking about clairsentience. Clairsentience is, how do I explain this? Because I think people think that empathy is clairsentience, but I think it's a little bit stronger. I did make a post on this a long time ago, but I'm better at talking than I am at writing. So clairsentience is like intense empathy, but you can control it. Like I don't go around and I'm just like, oh yeah, I felt that person's emotions and now I think I am them or something. It's not like that. It's like when someone is having an issue, like someone's upset, and I'm talking to them on the phone. If I wanted to, at that very moment, I could literally feel what they're feeling and know what they're doing at that very moment. But I prefer not to do that because I feel like it's an invasion of people's privacy. I've had friends ask me what, someone's feeling that I've never even met before, all the way across town. And it's usually correct. I mean, it's usually correct. It's like, oh, they're feeling tired, and like it feels like they're breathing really heavy, and like are they asleep? And they knew they were asleep the whole time. They just wanted to see what I knew, So it's like that. It encompasses a whole lot of stuff. Like I can feel what someone's thinking, or someone who is clairsentient would be able to feel what someone's thinking from far away and relate that to who they're thinking about. Only if you know the people that they are thinking about, because you could sit there and you'd be like, this person, and then you feel if that emotion is attached to that person and it's not. Or you could see what other, well, you wouldn't see it, you feel whether or not people are saying something they don't actually believe in. It's very intense version of empathy. Now, if we go and talk about empathy is being able to feel yourself. We talked about this in the last video. Being able to feel what other people are feeling, but also in their situation. You could be having the best day in the world and accidentally just take on the energy of someone who's having the worst day in the world. And you'd be like, the world sucks, everything sucks. And you would feel that emotion, even though nothing sucks in your life whatsoever. Everything is amazing in your life. So empathy kind of speaks to that, but there's no control in it. And it doesn't go as far as clairsentience. As an empathic person, you may be able to feel what the day is like, but as a clairsentient person, you may be able to feel that something terrible is going to happen that day. Or you're going to be able to feel that, that something incredibly strange is going to happen and it's going to be very weird. You can feel the future, but you don't see it. That's clairsentience. That's that clair in the beginning. That, you can feel when something bad is happening. You can feel when something's around you. You can feel all that stuff. Empathy is more like, putting yourself in someone else's place. Kind of like sympathy, but a little bit further, like emotional sympathy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. So I think a lot of people put them in the same category, and I mean, they're similar. Someone who's clairsentient could be empathic, but they could also not be empathic. And I actually didn't even know about this word. For a long time, I thought that I was just empathic, no big deal. I didn't even know I had any more abilities than what I already had. I didn't know I could do that, but if you're empathic, that doesn't necessarily mean you're clairsentient. You could just be empathic. You could just be able to put yourself in someone else's place, and it makes it easier for you to understand people and talk to them. But other than that, it also makes it easy to take advantage of, because you feel bad. You can put yourself in their place and understand what they're going through. That's very difficult. Like, it's very difficult to have to deal with, is checking to see if someone is seeing you in that light, and they're actually okay, but they have their own mental issues that they're putting on you that you don't even know. So it can be really difficult. A clairsentient person could cut that off if they wanted to. They don't have to feel anything if they don't want to. If you're clairsentient and empathic, you might have a little trouble cutting that part off, but you'd be able to do all the other abilities that are associated with clairsentience. So that's actually a really good part of it, is that you can do both of those things. If you do have both of those things, you're able to control yourself. If you don't, then you can't just ignore other people's emotions. You can't stop yourself from feeling what you're feeling, because you're empathic. You don't know how to do it. A clairsentient person who is empathic can probably stop it sometimes. I can stop it sometimes, but occasionally I can't. Like on 9/11 this year, I felt this complete just sadness, and nothing bad was happening to me whatsoever. Woke up and I was like, gosh, it's such a sad day. I didn't even know what day it was until later on. I was like, oh my gosh, not only did I not know it was Tuesday, it's 9/11 too. Oh my God. So then, I felt really bad that morning, but I could turn it off if I wanted to. It was just, at the time, I didn't know that that was what I was feeling. Um, Herbs to inspire psychic abilities. So some herbs that inspire psychic abilities, obviously Palo Santo. Got our Palo Santo here. I'm gonna make some more today. What I do is I just I shave the sticks. I shave them, and they come out like this at the end because I don't want to shave my finger off, so I don't go too far. But then I burn the edges, and then I write with them. Yeah. So, that's just an idea for those of you who are interested in those kind of things, manifesting things like that. If you write on a bay leaf with Palo Santo charcoal, it really helps with the manifestation. And so, obviously, Palo Santo helps with like psychic abilities and things like that because it is a sacred plant. Sage, obviously, also, again, is a sacred plant, so it helps with psychic abilities. Passion flower is a hypnotic, and that one also helps with psychic abilities. It's a sedative, so if you're going to do it, I would use this for astral travel or trying to hypnotize yourself, or find a past life, a regression type thing. I would use passion flower for that, or kava kava, which is also hypnotic, and California poppy. But all of those are one of my favorite hypnotics. I try to get them together and then like do like a sleep, not a sleep paralysis, because I want to stay awake. So usually I would use it on a day when I've had coffee or something like that, and then I'll go back and I'll just allow myself to go into that space. Surprisingly, chamomile is also a sacred plant, and it has psychic abilities. Personally, I don't actually know why it does. It does make you sleepy, and it does so much, and it is an ancient flower, so I guess it kind of makes sense that it does do that, but there's no specific reason or rhyme that I know of that makes chamomile a better candidate for psychic abilities. In my psychic abilities tea, there's some rose, which is another psychic herb. I don't know why it's a psychic herb, but it is a psychic herb. So rose, there's passion flower, there's rooibos, there's ginger, which is another sacred herb. You have to, with these herbs that I don't know about, like I don't know why they are, but with those herbs, you need to bring yourself to a point of connection with these plants. Like, make them your allies. You get to know those plants. Drink them, ingest them, feel them, know what they are, know about them. Make them your best friend. I know that's weird to say, but make them your best friend. And then just allow those plants to help you in whatever your journey is. Those plants are there to help you, and they have that sacred nature. They're supposed to help you. And, I feel like, in order to have that work, because I know people consistently drink chamomile, consistently drink rose water, rose tea, and all those things. People consistently drink those, and they don't have any more psychic abilities than the next person. Well, you haven't made a connection with them to the point where you can ask them for that kind of help. Like, plants are living things. Even after they're gone, they still have some type of benefit. So, that spirit might still be there. You can ask for that type of help. But yeah, so these are the herbs that I would use for those things. My website has psychic energy tea. It's actually really good. It smells really good. It smells really sacred. I love when things smell sacred. If you need anything, go ahead and talk to me whenever you want. Go ahead and put a comment on the bottom of this message. Ooh. Sorry, I'm lighting some sage. Go ahead and put a comment on the bottom of this and like me. And I hope that the next video is less spacey than this video. And I hope that the stage cleanses you as much as it's cleansing me. Thank you guys so much for joining my channel. Namaste. I hope that I see you again.